What is up, bros? Me, Josh here, and in today's video, we're going over the Mighty Mo, the Missouri, the first Tier 9 battleship, the first Tier 9 premium ship to hit World of Warships, and it is the Iowa class, the Missouri. I've been really excited about this ship, and there's been lots of talks about this ship, how much it's going to cost, what kind of toys it has, all this exciting stuff. They have officially released that it is going to be 750,000 free XP. That's a lot of free XP. I had heard everything from 250,000 all the way up to 800,000. Some people were saying a million. 750,000 is the final price. If you have zero free XP, or just if you don't have any XP, that ends up being about $140 worth of doubloons, which is not a cheap price. But if you are like me or have been playing the game consistently for a while, you probably have some banked XP. Right now I'm sitting on, luckily, over 300,000. But if you hopefully have some, now this does come at an awkward time of the Royal Navy cruisers coming out, the split for the Japanese ships, the new Japanese destroyers, and of course the German battleships still, us working on those. So this does come at an awkward time, as well as the rumored German destroyers coming out soon. So this is a really awkward time to have something for free XP. So it is time to grind, my friends. It is time to grind and get that free XP. Use those pop flags. Use those premium ships, whatever you can. So let's dive into the Missouri and figure out what it has different than the Iowa that is currently in the game. The Missouri was an Iowa class, so many things are going to be almost identical to what is the other Tier 9 USN ship, the Iowa, that is currently live right now. Almost everything is identical. There are a few things that are different. Things that are identical: concealment, maneuverability, artillery, basically all the same. It does have Iowa Dispersion, which is kind of a downside, and we'll go over the modules and stuff in a little bit. Main things that are different: it has a few less hit points. The Iowa's rocking 79,000, the Missouri is rocking 78,300. 900 difference, not too much. One thing it does have, though, is frontal armor. It has a bit more frontal armor, has some reinforced bulkheads, which means it can basically tank if you are rolling that high tier meta and tanking kind of like that. It can tank more damage. It has some stronger plating in the front covering the citadel. Now, you can still get overmatched by the Yamato. I even got my ass whooped by a Frederick de Gross, so be really, really careful. The downside is if you are sitting front on, that means that you are broadside to this. You are a long battleship, just like the Montana. That is, the curse of any battleship, is being broadside and getting punished by a battleship. I definitely did. You are a long battleship, so if you are front on, you need to be really careful. I suggest getting close to an island. I would suggest getting maybe far away that nothing is going to be on the side of you. So you have to be really careful. Now, this kind of ship has some tricks up its sleeve that warrants it being a bit more aggressive, which is a lot of fun and to do. But just remember that your citadel protection is going to be kind of lackluster, and you are very, very long, kind of high sitting in the water battleships and get absolutely punished for one being broadside to anything. So just keep that in mind. But if you are doing the front on tactic, you can actually take a lot more damage than the Iowa, which doesn't have quite the armor. Also, a little thing that is different is the mid-range AA. You do have a bit more mid-range AA, so this is going to help with planes kind of coming in. It's very similar, though. Almost everything else is kind of identical. So diving into modules, this is what I would run on it. Actually, I would change it just a tad, and I'll kind of show you what you guys have. Now, if you guys have ever played the Iowa, you know it's not the most accurate battleship in the world. It can be very troll, and especially if you are kind of doing a front-on attack, a front-on meta, you can definitely have some trouble hitting things at long range. I had some shells that were super troll on stuff that was broadside at very, very close, and so I would kind of change a couple things here that I was going. So for the main slot, main armament, mod 1, that's what I would stick with. Now, one thing you could do here is maybe add a little extra range. I don't know if it's quite needed with this ship. Now, I was running a stealth captain, so I could actually sneak up on some stuff, especially with what it has as one of its consumables. But I just stuck with the AA. I think the AA is pretty solid. Extra little bit never hurts. So adding plus 20% to AA mount maximum range is definitely awesome. The Iowa is known for being insanely good AA. Less planes in the air, the better, especially even for spotting or something like that, is definitely awesome. Now, this is one I would probably change. Now, I went with main battery 3, main battery mod 3. This is pretty aggressive. You lose turret speed, but you do get faster shells out. Now, I did like this on a lot of my battleships, but I would actually probably run with artillery plotting room mod 2. I think this will help a lot in the long run. You won't quite pump out as much damage, but the damage you pump out will hopefully be better in the long run, as in it'll be more accurate. Now, checking out the main battery dispersion, it is not that good. You're going to be rocking 294 meters. That's a pretty big area. This is after the buff that was a long time ago. So I think dropping it down, you're going to be down to about what? I'll just pick it right here just because I want to. Let's check this out really quick. You'll be down to 261. That is a massive increase. I would probably roll with that. Now, I went with the faster firing. That's what I run for like my Yamato and stuff like that. I would take the artillery plotting room too. I think it would kind of help in the long run. Damage control system mod 1, I think that's pretty basic for a battleship. Steering gears, I think it is awesome. And then I went concealment. I went with the full 15 point. I don't have my captain on it right now because I just wanted to compare the two ships side to side without a captain. I would roll that. I was running the full stealth build, which is actually helping a lot. So one thing that's massive, the one massive difference of this ship is it has radar. This is the first battleship in the game that has radar, and it's a pretty nifty tool. 9.45 kilometers, and it stays active for 35 seconds, 3 charges with really only a 2-minute reload time if you're using the premium consumable. That's pretty freaking good. It was amazing, especially when you're running like kind of a division where you have some communication, or even with your teams, letting them know that you have that vision. Although high tier gameplay and aggressiveness kind of doesn't mix, especially with the battleship. But there were many situations that I was able, one, to spot a DD, punish him, and help my team finish off the DD. And also, just one, keeping an idea of where DDs were when they were on the other side of mountains, because radar goes through mountains in this game. So, it is a really awesome tool, especially for a battleship. Now, it isn't as effective as, like, let's say a cruiser. 35 seconds with this Iowa, you're only going to get 2 salvos out. So, you got to make them count. That's why you need your shots to be as accurate as possible by taking that plotting room. So it is an awesome tool. It's very unique. I did like it. But like I said, high tiers and aggressive battleships don't really combine, but it definitely does help. Maybe like a later, like a second half thing where it's kind of you versus another destroyer. One thing that I noticed a lot of was the same radar in a USN cruiser. It seemed like you were able to get a lot more feedback and I just felt like I was farther away. I would, if I was in a cruiser, this may sound really stupid, but if I was in a cruiser, I definitely felt like I was going to snag that destroyer within range. When I was in the battleship, I would popped radar a lot when things weren't within my range. So I don't know if it's just because I wasn't used to like a battleship and kind of judging where things were compared to the size of the ship. So that was one thing it took me a little while to get used to. But I was kind of missing some stuff with my radar, but there were many situations, especially if you're running with a destroyer in your division, saying, hey, the guy's in smoke. As soon as he goes dark, I will help you take him out. So an amazing tool. So one of the main things that is this ship is, one, you're a tier 9 battleship. You are going to be able to punish some cruisers, punish destroyers, punish battleships. It's an Iowa. It does a really, really good job at destroying things when it has the ability to. Pumps out a lot of damage, tanks an awesome amount, and can make you a ton of credits. There were many games. I think I played 9 games. I think the lowest amount of credits I made was 500,000. Now, people have asked me on my stream before, what ship is going to be the best for farming credits? And you would say anything high tier. Tier 8, the Tirpitz, the Atago, the Kutuzov, anything that's really, really high tier. 1, premium ships have a very low repair cost. And 2, the higher the tier, the more money you're going to make. Now, the Iowa is even better than those. It has 50% on top of that. There are games that you could easily make over 1 million. So keep in mind, that is 1 million credits using premium time and a Zulu flag giving you 20% more credits. So this thing pumps out credits. It prints credits. Like I said, I was making tons of credits every time, low repair costs, so lots and lots of profit. If you are down on credits, if you are low on credits, this is definitely going to be the ship for you to just farm. But achieving the goal of getting this thing is going to be something that a lot of people can't do. You're going to need to definitely set aside this free XP. But as I was talking about earlier, this comes out as a really, really awkward time. There's the split of the Japanese ships. The German battleships are still relatively fresh. The Royal Navy cruisers are still really fresh. The rumors of the German destroyers coming out soon. There's a lot of stuff that people want to spend their free XP on. Getting modules, getting onto new ships, maybe skipping over a couple of weak ships. The Royal Navy line has a couple weaker low tier ships people want to get past. So 750,000 free XP is a pretty big ticket price. You got to think if this ship is going to fit with you as your playstyle and your type of player. First of all, do you like high tier gameplay? For me, high tier gameplay is alright. It can be pretty boring at times. It can be pretty slow at times. Not my favorite. It's not the mid tiers that I love to play. Lots of action, smaller maps. You know, when you get to high tiers, you're a bit more spread out. You tend to do a bit of a snipe fest. Now, the Iowa does a good job at this, especially with the right modules. It has good range, has some modules to make it pretty damn accurate, and of course, you can tank front on. But two, do you like battleship play? If you are a destroyer or cruiser main, this is not the ship for you. If you don't like high tier play, this is not the ship for you. This is a pretty easy pass for you. So kind of just keep that in mind. You really like to have USN battleship tier play as well. So if you like being very, very aggressive, probably the German line is going to be a bit better for you. Is this the best tier 9 battleship? I don't think so. I think the Frederick de Gross is probably the best tier 9 battleship. It is a fast firing, secondary blasting, amazing uncitadel monster. It's an amazing ship. The Iowa is not bad at all. It's an amazing ship, and the Missouri is going to be just as good. This is a ship that you will like if you like high tier gameplay, battleships, USN battleships, and you want to make a crap ton of money. Just keep that in mind. You're probably going to make 400,000 plus, even probably with non-premium, you'll probably make at least 300,000 plus in a game of profit. That's profit. That's a lot of credits. So this thing is going to be pretty awesome, but it is a freaking grind. 750,000 free XP, guys. It's a hard pill to swallow, and it's going to take people a long time to get it. If you can grind some out like I've been doing, I'm going to grind out the 750,000 and try to get that. You know, it's a lot of money. Is it worth $140? Like I said, it's got to be for the right style of player. I think we'll see a lot of these on day one, but it's only be for a select amount of players. It's going to be kind of tough for the casual guy that gets to play for a couple hours a day or a few hours a week or something like that. It's going to be very hard to attain. The good thing is this is going to be something that's going to be permanent. So it's not a rush. You don't need to get it day one. You don't need to get it week one, month one. You can take your time, go through the other lines. If let's say you want to get to certain ships, set some free XP aside in a fund for the Missouri fund, and slowly just bank it up and kind of keep an eye on it. And then once you kind of maybe get close to it, maybe cut the price in half, maybe throw some money down for doubloons. You know, some of the new campaigns and stuff like that give doubloons as rewards as well. So lots of little things that could kind of add up, and then you could end up getting the ship down the road for free. So like I said, it's not, the ship is not a ship that you need to get day one. So keep that in mind, guys. But the Missouri is coming to World of Warships. It's a beast of a tier 9. It has some great ups. It has some downs as well. But holy crap, making money day in, day out. Like I said, you could pull 1 million credits in a really good win. On an average win, on an average loss, you can still pull 500,000. That's a good game at tier 8 even. So that's pretty freaking good, guys. But that is it for me, guys. Enjoy the Missouri. We'll start seeing on at least North America today. And tier 9s are going to have some more tools and some more fun, more radar. So careful, DDs, because the Missouri is coming for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.